Number 27. Which pair of parametric equation represents a line that passes through the points 2, 1 and 0, 3? Okay, so how we can figure this out is first we could graph all these and just see what they hit these points. Or the other thing I could do is I could figure out which line would connect those two. So I'll do the algebraic way. Is first I want to use the equation y equals mx plus b. And for to find our m, which is slope, I use rise over run, also known as, rise would be the y value, so it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And so when I plug these in, I get this is my x, I'll say x1, this is y1, this will be our x2, y2. And so when I plug these in, I'm going to have a -3 minus a 1 over a 0 minus a 2. -3 minus 1 is -4. You divide that by -2. We get a rise of, or a slope of 2. So we now know we have y equals 2x. And then for the b, that's the y-intercept. Now this is actually the y-intercept because the x is 0 and the y is -3. So that's actually my equation. I need to know which one of these matches that equation. So remember the way to do this, we just did on the previous problem, is there's two steps. You solve for what is shared, and then you substitute. What is shared in all these answers is t. So to solve for t here, you would divide, on this case, I would divide by -2. So I'd have that t on this first problem would equal x over -2. If I substitute it into this equation, I have that y equals -4 times x minus -2 plus 3. I'm already seeing I have problems because I'm going to end up with plus 3. I multiply, and I would get y equals 2x to be plus 3. This is answer choice A, and we determined that answer choice A is incorrect because of this right there. That's what throws it off. So now I'm going to try answer choice B. So if I try to answer choice B, I'm going to first say here, again, that t equals x over -2. I can see really quickly, again, I'm going to have problems because when I multiply by -8 this time, my first value is going to be wrong, as well as my second. So I multiply, and here this time I get that y equals 4x plus 3. I've got two mistakes here. One, so B is out. One, this is a 4. It can't be a 4. Let me change colors here. And then this is a +3. So then I would move on to answer choice 3. I can see that 8 won't work because it'd throw off the first number. And so that's out. It looks like it should be C, but let's just check it real quick. C would say that we'd first solve for t, and we find out that, excuse me, I put x, I'm sorry. T would equal x divided by 2. So I'll just plug that in. So y equals 4, and then instead of t, I substitute x over 2 minus 3. I distribute, and I find out that y equals 2x minus 3, which is exactly what it's supposed to equal. This one looks like it's the answer. Now we could check this by graphing, and this is the way you could have done it from the start if you so desired. As you go graph entry, parametric, you type in 2t. The other equation was 4t minus 3. And I'm just going to trace this. Menu, trace, graph trace. Do I have the point? It looks like I do. 0, -3. I needed 0, -3. I also need the point 2, 1. And so I continue on, and I look for 2, 1. Now, if part of the graph happened to cut off too early, you could have added time value and got this, but this one does work. You could also probably do a Control-T. And from the table, also got your values. This is your x, this is your y. So there's 2, 1, and there's 0, -3. So those would have worked as well.